Come here, Fifi. You guys, it's gonna be such a chaotic video. Sorry in advance, because we have a special guest today. It's my baby girl. Yeah, your mama's baby girl. Her name is Fawn. She's about 4.5 months. I love you. We are obsessed with our baby girl. She just finished running around outside, playing around, playing fetch, eating. She is very well taken care of, even though she's panting. It's just because she is really excited right now. Anyway, hi my lovelies. Welcome to my channel. My name is Angelique. We are back for another TBR JAR Picks My Monthly Reads, and it is already August. I don't know what's going on. I also don't quite know how to do this again, because last month I always pick 5, okay? 5 books, because I try to get to 3. Sometimes because I'm writing my own book and I work and I'm trying to do content creation, I don't get to all 3 of the books. So last month I only got to 2. I don't know, let me know in the comments. Do you think that's enough for me to do a wrap-up video of its own? Let me know what you think. Or should I just do a post on Instagram where I do a review of what I thought, because it's only 2 books. I'm not even done the second book anyway at the time of filming this. I still have a few days left in the month. So let me know how you want me to go about the books that I read for June. That aside, we are here for August. I can't believe she is being so good over there with her snuggle puppy. I don't know how much time we have, so let's just get on into it. Oh, she's heard a sound, and it sounds like her food. You already ate. This is Mama's TBR jar. You know how I always read a book at night? All right, so again, we're getting low on what we have left to choose from versus what we've already chosen. So maybe it's time. Maybe we just go for it and dump some of our old ones back in so that we have some more options. I mean, there's still a good amount in here. No, we're not gonna do that because I wanna get new ones. Okay. So let's start off with our first pick for the month of August. I put the books that I didn't get to back, which were Red, White, and Royal Blue, Sula, and Where the Crawdads Sing. It's okay. I didn't get to read those, so they're back on our cart as options. Why is it so bad at focusing? It says, has been or will be adapted to the screen, TV or movie. Okay. Do I not have what I thought? Oh, I do. Certainly that's gonna be one. Okay, this one I know for sure. This one I know for sure. There's actually a lot of options for this. It's never this easy. This one I know for sure. This one I know for sure. Okay, we're stopping here. One more. And this one. Oh God, there's one more. Okay, we're done with that. That's gonna take me forever to get through. First of all, we're starting with Project Hail Mary. This is by Andy Weir, the same author who wrote The Martian. I absolutely adored this movie. I watched the movie and literally within a day or 2, I was like, I'm going to read that book. I have to get that book. And I'm not the biggest sci-fi fan. Obviously, I love fantasy. But this is just sci-fi done emotionally. So, and that's my cup of tea. Interstellar might be my favorite movie of all time. This, I feel like, was a mixture between what you love about The Martian in terms of humor and what you love about Interstellar in terms of the meaning of life. So this is another really good option. I loved that film. I cried. Oh, I just know this book is gonna hit. Basically, if I can just go off of memory, this is about a man who wakes up in space with no memory of how he got there or who he is, and has to figure out what his mission is as his memories slowly come back to him, and if he has to do it all alone or not. And it's really, really good. Next, we have Lessons in Chemistry, which I might be mistaken, but if I remember correctly, this is on Amazon Prime as a series. Is it a series? Oh God, am I wrong? I might be wrong, but I'm not gonna look it up right now. Chemist Elizabeth Zott is not your average woman. In fact, Elizabeth Zott would be the first person to point out that there is no such thing as the average woman. It's the early 1960s, and her all-male team at Hastings Research Institute takes a very unscientific view of equality. By the way, I'm so sorry if you hear her playing in the corner. Except for one, Calvin Evans, the lonely, brilliant, Nobel Prize nominated grudge holder who falls in love with, of all things, Hermione. true chemistry results. Like science, though, life is unpredictable. Which is why a few years later, Elizabeth Zott finds herself not only a single mother, but also a reluctant star of America's most beloved cooking show, Supper at 6. That's right. Elizabeth's unusual approach to cooking, combine 1 tablespoon acetic acid with a pinch of sodium chloride, proves revolutionary. But as her following grows, not everyone is happy because, as it turns out, Elizabeth Zott isn't just teaching women to cook, she's daring them to change the status quo. So I've heard that's really good. I did have a friend recommend that to me once, and I should confirm that that is indeed adapted. So let's see. Yes. Oh, I was right. So it's a series, a mini series on Prime. Look at me. Okay, so I was right. Next, Where the Crawdads Sing. I read this last month, like what this is about, and it was so different than what I anticipated. It wasn't as much of a like sappy romance as I anticipated. It was more of a mystery than I expected. And I know this one is a really popular film, and I chose this last month, but I didn't quite get to reading it. So it's back on our TBR now. Next, we have People We Meet on Vacation. Obviously, this one was adapted. This is by Emily Henry. This is about 2 best friends who go on a vacation together. I think they're at odds starting off, and then it's a romance. So I think it's an enemies to lovers. Abby Jimenez blurbed it on the back. This one would be perfect because it's summer, and I usually don't read stuff like this outside of the appropriate season. And the next season is gonna be fall. Then it's gonna be winter. So if I don't read it this summer, it'll be here until next summer. So that's something to keep in mind for me. Next, we have Daisy Jones and the Six. I absolutely love Taylor Jenkins Reid. I've read Malibu Rising and Carrie Soto was back, and maybe more of hers that I just can't remember. But I really want to read Atmosphere. My friend Macy, it's one of her favorite books, and everyone I've ever heard of that's read it has absolutely loved it. This follows a band in the 70s, but she does really good, like grounded, earthy historical fiction. I know that this one was adapted to TV, if I'm not mistaken. That would be another really good option. And then, wait, I'm just gonna save that one for last. Next, we have Kristen Hanna, The Nightingale. I just had a visit with my friend Raquel, and she was telling me this book broke her. Everybody says it breaks them. This is another historical fiction set in, is this the German occupied France? Yeah, in World War II. And it follows 2 sisters, and I know in the adaptation it's going to be played by the Fanning sisters. And I haven't read a Kristen Hanna yet. For historical fiction being one of my absolute favorite genres, I think it's wild that I have so many Kristen Hanna books and I haven't read them yet. Like The Women is another one that The Women is another one that I'm dying to read, which I have on my cart right now too. Oh, you guys. Next we have The Odyssey by Homer. I loved that film. I already love Greek mythology, but like I said, I've been wanting to get into it. Okay, Fawn, calm. No, leave it. Okay, good girl. Are you getting overtired already? I want to get into it to the point where I really know all of the relationships. It's just one big epic. It really is one big saga. And I find the mythology to be so incredibly fascinating. I love retellings. Madeline Miller is probably my favorite author. Circe and Song of Achilles by her just do it. They just do it for me. And I really want to get into Clytemnestra by Costanza Casati as well. I would love to take a year of my life and just dedicate it to Greek mythology and all the retellings, memorizing from top to bottom the entire epic soundtrack. It gives me 2 of my favorite genres blended, which is historical fiction mixed with magical realism. I just love it. I think it's so good. So yeah, we have The Odyssey by Homer, which would start that journey for me, which is a dangerous journey to start because it will probably take over. So those are all of our options for the very first prompt. Oh my God, what do I want to do? These 2 call to me the most. Ugh. I'm so like, who is this translated by actually? That's probably a good thing to know. Oh yeah, and this copy is my husband's grandmother's copy, which she gave to me. Okay, you want to smell it? Does it smell like your great grandma? She visited us not that long ago and Fawn was so in love with her. So I feel like she smells her on this. She would go to her guest room every day after she left and sniff for her. It was kind of sad. This is the Penguins classic version. I don't know who translated this. Dang, is this copy from the 60s? Is that what this says? This copy is from the 60s. 1965 is like written on it in pen. That's actually wild. Okay, I'm doing it. I'm gonna do it. We're gonna choose The Odyssey by Homer as my first pick for August. I'm doing it. I couldn't find who it was translated by. No way. I just find this stuff to be kismet. So my husband's grandmother, who knows when she read this, in the 60s, has, oh, this thing sucks at focusing, but she has Clytemnestra's name highlighted on this page. And I just said that's the book that I'm the most excited to read next. So I just, stuff like that, I don't know. I just open the page and it's just like highlighted. And I just said that. Okay, we're doing this. Great. All right, so we're on to prompt 2. You want to see what it is? Look at that. Oh my goodness. Yeah. It says pink on the cover. You definitely can't see that. And I don't know how to help you see it. You see that? Boop. She's such a cutie. Oh my God. Well, this is pink. So is this. Yeah. We're gonna call this salmon color pink. Coral. This is certainly pink. And we just went over what this book is about. Red, White, and Royal Blue was another pick that I had last month that I didn't get to, and I love the premise of this book. It's so fun. So essentially, that's really distracting, Fawn. Is my hair tasty? Okay. Okay. Yeah. So essentially, the President of the United States is a woman. Love that. Her son and the Prince of England have beef. They have beef online or whatever. And so all the PR people basically force them together in a lovely forced proximities, enemies to lovers type of situation to do like PR damage control. And they end up like falling in love. Fawn. I don't think so. I don't think so, baby. No, we're not doing that. She's teething. So we're in the thick of it. I'm not even gonna waste y'all's time. I know which one of these two I want to read, and it's Red, White, and Royal Blue. This also gives me very summer vibes because it's just a fun contemporary romance, lighthearted. This might actually have an adaptation too, I think. Did I gloss over that? I'm excited to read this one. I feel like with my heated rivalry withdrawal, this will sort of help me out. So our second pick for August is Red, White, and Royal Blue for pink on the cover, and I think it's perfect. Oh my gosh. Take your yak. Third pick for August. This is already such a weird TBR. We have The Odyssey by Homer and then Red, White, and Royal Blue. Ooh, that's a tough one. Look, Fifi. She's really looking. It says time travel or multiple timelines. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Do I even have that? Ooh, this might be a good one. I know that Taylor Jenkins Reid is like famous for doing multiple timelines. That's what I really like about her writing. One True Loves I have, and then Daisy Jones and the Six. Okay, so One True Loves does not. So we are gonna put that back. A dual timeline. Okay, so Daisy Jones and the Six does have like a dual timeline, which goes between present day and then the 60s. I keep forgetting this book is told in like an interview style. It so far doesn't look like it's going back and forth. It's just slowly going up in the years. I don't know. This one is a little iffy for me. So I have one more that might fit better. I think that the book that fits this prompt the best right now on my TBR card is gonna be The Midnight Library by Matt Haig, because this does play with time a little bit. It is about a library where time stands still, and each book represents a chapter in your life or a moment in time where you can go back and make a different decision and see what that parallel life would have played out like. And I think that that might be the closest thing to the prompt that I have right now. I feel like that's pretty good. So I feel like we're gonna go with The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I've chosen this so many months out of the year, but I've just never gotten around to it. Hopefully I do this month. Okay, so let's move on to our fourth prompt. This is moving pretty smoothly. You wanna see? She keeps sitting in front of me. Look, you can read it first. Starts with letter in a random letter generator. We need to decide ahead of time. Does the count? I feel like when a book title has like the blank blank or a blank blank, like that shouldn't count as the first real word. I'm just gonna say that ahead of time because I've run into that issue in the past. Letter generator. It has landed on, our letter is F. I don't have anything on this that starts with an F. Well, this is just my like right now cart, but I do have a bookshelf over here and I'm just gonna scan that to see if there's anything that starts with an F. I don't have a single thing that starts with the letter F in my possession. So before I check another letter, I'm gonna take this as an opportunity to check my Libby and Amazon to see if there's anything I have saved. We're gonna exhaust our options before we give up. Ooh! Immediately. I'm so glad that I established this rule. So the first one that came up that I am excited about is The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. I know that book is super popular. I don't know what it's about actually, and I don't really want to look it up. That one I want to go into blind for whatever reason, but I know it's very popular. It's a fantasy and it came out a while ago. We're not going to count the. So The Fifth Season starts with an F as far as I'm concerned. That's perfect. So, okay, for our fourth book, we're gonna go with The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. And I'm super excited about that because I've been wanting to read that one. So that worked out. See, this is why we don't give up. All right, let's move on to our fifth and final pick for the month of August. Y'all, if I only get to 2 books, I'm gonna be so mad. I used to do 3, easy. Shortest book on the TBR. That's what it says. It's like it heard me saying, I hope I read more than 2 books. I have to listen. This is actually the shortest book. Hold on, wait. So this book is kind of like a weird one. She's chosen to devour her yak. So I also got this from Dante's grandmother. See, this has who translated it, but this doesn't. Oh, Dr. Rue. Dr. Rue is who translated this version about the Odyssey. Okay. Okay. Don't know who that is. So this book is by Propertius, and it's called The Poems, and it was translated by Guy Lee. This is apparently another classic, and I picked this up from her library because I want to get more into poetry. I really like poetry and I really like prose and I really like classics, so I just was like, yes, I should read this. So this book is pretty tiny looking. It is bigger than it seems though. So it's 199 pages. And that's what it looks like. It looks super tiny, but it's like jam-packed with pages. Next, we have Sula by Toni Morrison, another pick from last month that I unfortunately did not get to. I really hope this one is shorter. The pages are thick on this copy. Another copy that I got from Dante's grandmother. They feel like antique pages, but it's like rough edges. So let's see if it's less than 199 pages. 173! So for our fifth and final pick, we've got Sula by Toni Morrison. It is apparently the shortest book I have on my TBR. Wasn't that so fun? Come. She does this thing when she stares at me where she just goes like this with her head. She goes, and she just like slowly goes further back. I don't know what that means. Okay, let's recap. The first book that I chose for the month of August was The Odyssey by Homer for a film adaptation. I'm just really wanting to know everything about Greek mythology. I low-key want to take a class in it. Like I just want to set, but don't give me homework. Just tell me, just lecture me on Greek mythology. So this is our first pick for August and I'm really excited. Translated by Dr. Rue. I follow this guy on TikTok. He knows ancient Greek, which is a completely different language essentially from modern Greek. And obviously it's like a dead language, so they try to reconstruct it and stuff. Anyway, he sang, because obviously the Odyssey was never a novel initially. It's a poem, and it was initially told through song. So he sang it, the original version, or what it would have been like, and very captivating, I must say. So okay, let's move on. So our second book, I think this was the second pick, was for pink on the cover, and for that we chose Red, White, and Royal Blue, and that's by Casey McQuiston. Super excited for these vibes. Our third pick was Matt Haig's The Midnight Library, and this one was for time travel or like multiple timelines, and I think this is the best option that I have for that prompt. The fourth pick ended up being one that I have on my Libby and my Amazon, and it is The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin, and that's for a book that starts with the letter F. I'm very excited. That is a fantasy. I don't know the plot, but I know that it is a super, super good book. Then lastly, For the 5th and final read for August, we have Sula by Toni Morrison. So excited to read this book. It's the shortest book on my TBR, and I picked it last month as well. I know that it follows 2 girls who come from this town that is essentially impoverished, and one leans into the lifestyle in that small town, and the other, Sula, branches out and does a lot more with her life, and they eventually come back together. And I think there's like a huge dichotomy, that like difference between how they end up and how people can come from the same place but turn out so differently and do such different things with those experiences. That is very interesting to me, and I know that Toni Morrison is just so eloquent just by hearing her interviews and stuff, so I'm very, very excited to read that. Those are our 5 picks for August. Thank you so much for watching this video and for spending time with me and my baby girl in between her nap time. We had a blast. Please subscribe to see more. I post all about my reading journey and, most importantly, my writing journey as I write what I hope to become my debut fantasy novel, which I would love to traditionally publish, and I will take you on the whole journey of writing it, editing it, querying it, the whole shebang, to try to find agents and representation. So if you're interested in that, make sure you follow along on here at my TikTok and my Instagram, and I will see you guys in the next video.